the future of generative AI. From creating hyper-personalized campaigns to automating time-intensive processes, you will agree that this technology is reshaping everything from content creation to consumer engagement and everything in between. So our upcoming keynote is GenAI and the Future of Marketing by Amit Alok. He's a Group CEO and Chief DX Pte Limited, and will explore how GenAI is not only transforming marketing, but also redefining how brands connect with audiences. He will highlight real-world applications and offer insights to how companies can leverage GenAI to stay ahead in an increasingly competitive landscape. So, can we give a big round of applause as we welcome Amit to the stage?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a nice lunch, but not too well eaten, because, my job is to keep you all awake. So I'm hoping that will be the case. So help me out. Okay, so a little word about myself. I've run tech companies for the last 30 years in Asia Pacific and Europe, Microsoft, London Stock Exchange Group, Economist, and the others. But the one theme has been data. Data as a competitive advantage, and nothing has changed in that respect with GenAI. So I'm going to talk to you about GenAI, the evolution, but also, in practical terms, what you can expect to see actually is in 2025, and that's agentic AI. So let's start. Chief DX was started because in 2017, we came out of what was called the AI winter. And that is when hardware and software became affordable for companies to be able to leverage it to get a competitive advantage. We set up in Singapore, but the first project we got was the government of Dubai. And they wanted AI ahead of its time. So we did that, but we focused mostly in AI consulting and bespoke AI implementations. That's our focus. We do nothing else. We have sales operations in this part of the world, in Asia and Europe, and similarly, data centers in the same locations. So that's a brief background on us. Let's have a look at what the world of LLMs, large language models, looks like. The old way of doing AI, and I have to say 70% of the world still uses what we call predictive AI. So your machine learning and deep learning models, the transformer models, basically. And they use data, historical data, to predict the future. But, as I said, they're still running, they're still live, and they are still giving a competitive advantage. The difference with GenAI is that it allows you to create new content. So if you look at the two examples I put there, it's cross-modal and multimodal. So the examples are, you can take a scene from a clip or even a movie, and the model will then return a narrative of the scene that it sees. Or you could take a screenplay and adapt it for the game world. That's all possible now. But the future is in agentic AI, which AI agents who perform a certain task, and they become very, very powerful if they collaborate. And with collaboration amongst themselves and in a hybrid way with humans, they can deliver faster, better results. And we'll look at that later on. I'm going to let the AI speak for me at the end of the session with the demo. And that was created on the platform, so you'll see what it can do. But a word of caution. There are risks associated with GenAI, and which is why we always suggest to our clients that you experiment. If you want to run a project, now, you should have started experimenting about 6 months ago. It takes that sort of lead time to understand what is possible, what is not possible. There's so much going on. So that's our advice. But time to learn, experimentation. So I'm going to take something from McKinsey, and they've defined exactly what sort of organization will use what sort of technology in the GenAI world. So if you bear with me, makers are your Mag 7 and your hyperscalers. They're going to spend $1 billion a year creating models. Most of us don't get to use that sort of budget, but that's the world we live in now. At the bottom end, you've got the takers. These are your APIs, but they're individual consumers. It is what you call co-pilots. But there's a danger with co-pilots because everybody's using the same model, which means competitive advantage is difficult. Differentiation is much, much harder. So we would like the idea of shapers. You take a foundation model, you fine-tune it with your own proprietary data, and that gives you your competitive advantage. So from a McKinsey perspective, they coined these 3 terms: makers, shapers, and takers. I would suggest we go for shapers. Now, if you look at it from our perspective, so when you're looking at across the model development stack, without getting too technical, you're looking at speed, efficiency, and agility, balanced out with expertise, risk, completeness, and cost. There's a balance there. And you have to decide if you're looking into GenAI development, where on this line you want to be, because there are trade-offs. And we suggest to our clients that we stand to the extend GenAI with your own data using RAG and Raft and fine-tune some of the GenAI models. This is what we work with for our clients in healthcare, in GovTech, in education, and the like. And so this is just another way of looking at it, but it explains it a little better as to why. Why are we suggesting this? Because of the trade-offs. So I mentioned experimentation, and that's primarily due to the velocity of innovation. We track the number of models that are being generated. And I can tell you that every week we have 100 new models coming out, and we have to try and get a handle on those and to see whether that's the best model that a client would want to use for that particular use case that they're interested in. So that's why I said about the 6 months experimentation. And when you do that, you're looking at a number of phases. The model experimentation phase looks at CPU, GPU, the amount of processing required. And so it's not a simple matter of a vendor coming to a client and saying, oh, well, this is the best way, because in a month that might change. So you really need to understand where you are in that horizon of changing models and standards that come through. So it's not a simple thing. So when we look at evolution, and I'm trying to use a use case of marketing now, we started with marketing co-pilots, so they help you create copy, because that's what GenAI does. It creates new content. You give it some parameters, and it will create some new content. So that's all very well, and that's great. You get the data from your internal first parties. It's proprietary to you, and you can use external sources that you can buy in. And on style and brand, it's important that a human provides that. So as providing collateral to an AI, you want to be able to get your style and brand across. Marketing agents, well, they automate almost everything that a marketing department will do, but it does require a human in the loop. And I'm going to show you what that looks like, but it does allow you some better results, some superior results than you can get without agentic AI. And then the future lies in autonomous marketing teams. We're not there yet, but the idea is that, I don't know if you follow what Sam Altman and the other tech CEOs talk about. I do. And, in June this year, they said, well, we're looking forward to your one-man unicorn. So your one-man billion-dollar company. And I don't mean they outsource the rest. They're using agents for the rest. And if you think about the use case of marketing, that will be a CMO with a bunch of agents, being that one person. I actually believe that the reality is you need 3 people. You need a words guy, person, who could be marketing and sales. You need a numbers person, so they handle the financial. And then you need a visionary and a tech person. So I think minimum 3 people to create a billion-dollar company with agents collaborating. But we're not there yet. And the reason is trust. We're not there about trusting AI to be able to do everything. So you've got to have humans in the loop. So if you're looking for this type of autonomous marketing teams, it's a few years out, but not as long as you might think. So the way we look at it, we suggest that if you're looking at GenAI development, you start looking for reusable tools because they'll get updated as new technology waves come along. And that protects your investment. You do some research on GPU combinations, cloud stack options, and your use case. Your use case is absolutely critical. You've got to get the right use case to start something because of the danger of failure in experimentation. But you don't want such a large failure, but you want to learn from those too. That's what experimentation's about. And then there's a whole framework looking at accuracy and costs and to see basically what the latency might be. For example, ChatGPT, if you're just using it as an API, there were times when it took 26 seconds to answer a query. Right? That's unacceptable if you're waiting for a result. So you have to balance this out as we spoke earlier. So you have to get that output and see where the delays might be, which models are working, what sort of load balancing you require. And that's what you need to look at in terms of a framework. Again, not getting too complicated, but that's how it is. But if you're doing that, your vendor or the partner that you work with must be able to capture the data that comes out from these agents and test it to see whether it's valid. And we suggest you use another LLM, large language model, to test the first one, which is what we do, right? Because you want an AI collaboration, you want to reduce the dependency on bias. So you want to create an LLM that will work through that. So when we're looking at AI agents, you're looking at follow-up question generation. That's the interaction part when you give the agent instructions. Then there's the understanding the collateral. It could be an image, could be a video. It needs to understand what you've given it, so you want to be able to evaluate that. Then you want the report generated, right? So here's my collateral. This is what I do as a business. Create a marketing plan for me. Maybe you asked it to do that. Well, that report generation is the job of one marketing agent. And then using the tools. When you've created your collateral, you want to be able to tell one of the agents where you want to run your campaign. Is it going to be on Meta? Is it going to be on YouTube? Or is it going to be on LinkedIn? Something like that. So your social platforms. The tools need to be selected. So these are the 4 areas we suggest that people use. So here's an example. I mean, if you think I'm just talking out of my head, this is the real evaluation of quality distribution for each subtask. There's four subtasks there in different colors across a whole bunch of LLMs. This is a snapshot in time, and 6 months later, this will all change, right? But when we did it, that was it. So you can see from there which ones might be useful. So Claude Sonnet 3.5 seems to be the one at that point in time. But you have to look around and see what else the pros and cons are. And if you're looking for costs, of course, always important, then you've got another LLM evaluating the costs for all the questions and the reports, etc., that you need to consider. Okay, so that's the general theoretical work. So what do we do next? So let's have a look at the digital marketing case. If you're looking at digital marketing and you're really looking at marketing automation, then you have, on the left-hand side, you have agents that have a responsibility. The blue ones are the ones that are going to generate a marketing plan for you. And then the persona generation. Why do we need personas? Well, we need to understand, you might not know, specifically, you might not have the privacy understanding of who your customers are specifically. So you want your AI agents to create personas based on your business strategy or your marketing plan. And also, the social media platforms use personas to target. So if you have it ready, that will help you integrate into the social media platforms. And then you can run the demand generation. Sorry, it looks like I've lost something there. Develop strategies to increase product demand through social platforms and influencers is what that reads. And then finally, content creation. So you can see the number of agents, and then we get to content creation. So what can that mean? That can be social media posters. It can just be an image that's part of your collateral. It can be webinars. You know, you can actually ask the AI and the platform and the collaborative ones to create a webinar for you. 1 hour webinar, 45-minute webinar on your products. And you get the avatar to speak. I'm going to show you what that looks like, right? Or you can do YouTube Shorts. You know, just run them targeted to your personas through YouTube, right? These are just examples of social media platforms. So here we come to the demo. I've spoken long enough. I'm going to let the AI talk now. And this is our platform, Terramark AI, that we've created, and told them that I'm speaking to you all here. Can it come up with a demo that explains the platform? It's literally the output from our product.
Welcome to Terramark AI. We have designed as your all-in-one marketing assistant to help you with everything from market research to campaign creation and outreach. Getting started is simple. Just sign up on our web app, complete a quick onboarding process, and upload any relevant collateral like brochures or presentations. The assistant then personalizes your experience to suit your unique needs, so you're ready to begin. With your account set up, you can start with market research. Customized questions based on your onboarding responses and any collateral you've uploaded. The platform will conduct comprehensive market research, providing insights on your competitors, pricing strategies, and your unique strengths. You'll gain a clear view of industry trends, including consumer behavior shifts and technological advancements. Once your market research is complete, you're ready to create detailed customer personas. Our assistant will guide you through questions covering essential details like demographics, purchasing behaviors, and your audience's main challenges and motivations. You can also upload any data or feedback to further personalize these personas. The platform synthesizes all of this to create well-rounded personas that represent your target market providing deep insights into their needs, preferences, and pain points. With these personas, you're equipped to build campaigns that genuinely connect with each segment of your audience. With your personas ready, the Ascendant helps you develop a demand generation campaign. A structured plan is created that includes key themes, messaging strategies, and recommended channels, all tailored to your audience's preferences and current market trends. This ensures that every step of your campaign aligns with both your business goals and the needs of your customers, increasing your chances of a successful outreach. Now that you have a solid plan, it's time to create your marketing content. The Assistant is ready to help you with tools for everything from social media posters to webinars and video shorts. For social media posters, simply provide your requirements. A custom design will be generated for you. You can even upload an existing poster for analysis, which allows the platform to create a new version tailored to your personas. Choose from our library of templates or customize every detail to create a professional, polished final product. When creating webinars, we offer options for avatars, and templates can be adjusted to suit your target personas. If you have a script, you can use it, or the platform will create one based on your inputs. Once you're satisfied, you'll have a dynamic, engaging webinar that's ready to go. For YouTube Shorts, you can upload or link to a video, and the platform will analyze it to highlight segments that match your persona's interests. Select your preferred clip length, make any final adjustments, and you'll have engaging, persona-targeted shorts ready to share. Finally, once your campaign assets are complete, we make it easy to carry out your targeted outreach. You can connect with your personas on social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram to reach them at just the right time. The platform also supports email campaigns, allowing you to engage directly with personalized messages based on the insights gathered from your personas, ensuring that each message resonates with its intended audience. With Terramark AI platform, you have everything you need for an effective, streamlined marketing function, from research and persona generation to demand campaigns and social media content creation.
So that actually explains why it takes all the work away from me, because I don't have to say all that and do the demo. This was generally created by the platform with all these agents. I didn't have to do anything except answer a few questions as to what I wanted it to say. So this is the future of marketing as we go along into 2025. And you're going to see a lot more of this type of agents and collaborations going forward. We are at the moment looking to launch this, but if anybody's interested in taking part in the early access program, you can talk to my co-founder there, Nikhil, or myself, and we can get you on board. But the point was that here is something which will save time, which will save you a lot of heartache and experimentation. And it'll do it faster than a human can. If you've got campaign A/B testing, it'll run it much faster than anything you could do manually. And that's the idea. Right. That's it. Thanks very much.